Good, technically still morning. Big Brother fans, it is Sunday, August 8th. And I'm like, didn't record one yesterday, and I feel bad because stuff went on, but I just never got to a point where I had time to record a CarCast like I am today. So today may be a bit longer than usual. So let's figure out what's going on. Right now, as we stand, the house guests are up and about. It's still morning because it's not quite noon yet in the Big Brother house. So they've got a while. Yep, the house guests are all up and about and getting ready for a day of what I think may be a lot of plotting and scheming, because there's been a lot of stuff going on. So let's pick it up. Where I left you off was probably, I think, Friday before nominations, right? So nominations went as expected. And, well, yes, as I expected, I theorized that I thought Derek would put up Sarah Beth and Brittany, and he did indeed. And fast forward to Saturday, we had the players picked to play in the Power Veto competition. Now I have to think. The extra players were Kyland, Claire, I gotta look at my sheet here to remember who all's in the house to be playing, and Alyssa. That's right, Alyssa was the extra one. Were the extra players in the Power Veto. We had no idea what the Power Veto was, of course, and people were speculating galore. Although I did hear someone speculate exactly what it ended up being, which was what originally was the Christmas in July themed Power Veto competition years ago. The white elephant gift one, but what it ends up being now is it's the one where it's what we call prizes or rewards and punishment, where one person, you get some good stuff, but you get some crappy stuff too. And I haven't heard about a unitard. No one has had to put on a unitard yet, but this is often the competition where somebody gets stuck with a unitard, be it whatever it is. If you remember, I don't remember if Big Brother 8 was the first season they did it, but that's the one that sticks out in my mind, where it was like a Christmas in July theme. Jen got the red unitard that she had to wear and became very creative in the way that she wore it. Best use of a unitard that I can remember was Jen, because she would turn it into a bathing suit. She just did all kinds of things with it. But the competition didn't start until like 6 o'clock Big Brother time, I think. I'll tell you what, I was out. I was with my wife at a get-together for her workplace, and I kept checking my phone and checking in, and it's okay because all these people know I do this stuff. Normally, I would have been doing a podcast. Someone asked, how's your podcast going this year? I said, oh, interestingly enough, I'm not doing it this year, or else I wouldn't even be here. So I'm checking my phone, and finally it kicks off at it had to be 5:30 or 6 o'clock Big Brother time at night, which was 8:30, 9 o'clock my time. And then, of course, the feeds are down for 5.5 hours, whatever it ended up being. And when they came back, we found out that Brittany had won the Power of Veto. I don't know the details of the competition. It apparently was quite physical based on the bruises that I've seen on the back of Sarah Beth's legs. I've seen bits and pieces of details of them discussing it, but I don't know the nitty-gritty of it, and I'm not too concerned about the nitty-gritty of it. The point is, it was indeed the prize and the punishment competition, and I am going to try to summarize for you what we know so far about the prizes and the punishments. The prizes and the punishments, let me pull up my magical list, as it were, while I drive down the road. Yes, this is not advised, folks. All right. So Brittany won, but remember, this is the one thing where you get your like the first place prize gets the worst finisher actually gets the power. The way they used to do it was as boxes you would pull out from under a tree. Okay? But guess what? That's no fun because, the power of veto may not be drawn until very late in the game. So rather than that, now what they do is they line them up and they say, first place, you open the box, and last place, you get to open the box, and oh, gee, look, it's the power of veto. So you don't get it, but you get to hold it for a brief moment. So I don't know who was last place at least, but eventually at some point, I think Derek had the power of veto, and I'm not even sure it was Derek. Someone had the power of veto, and Sarah Beth had the option to take the power of veto away, but she also knew that Brittany was going to get the last pick, and Brittany pretty much said, I'm taking the power of veto. I will have the power of veto at the end. And so you know that, so why bother taking the power of veto when you know it's going to be taken away? So Sarah Beth went for the money and took the $5,000 or whatever away from whoever had it, which may have been Derek. But whoever it was, she got it. It has caused a bit of a, first of all, Tiffany grabs a hold of that as another way to throw Sarah Beth under the bus. And it did kind of make Sarah Beth look bad, but Sarah Beth's right. I knew that I was not going to be able to keep the power of veto, so I just went for something else. Now, there's people whose mindset is you always take the power of veto, but you know what? Screw that. Now, if it caused Sarah Beth getting voted out, well, you're right. It wouldn't have made a difference in the end. Tiffany would still be looking for reasons to get Sarah Beth out. This is just one more reason for Tiffany to want Sarah Beth out. So, the prizes and the rewards that people got, what we know, based on discussions in the house. Derek has to, he's basically a bathroom attendant for 24 hours, it sounds like. He basically has to sit in the bathroom and take care of people's needs. And when I say needs, do you need a towel? Do you need some makeup? Do you need whatever you need? And this is a thing, and some of you obviously know this, but based on comments I saw online, there are some people that don't know this. If you go to a swanky place, a nice restaurant, or a nice, reception hall, we're talking very exclusive kind of clubs, expensive places, there will be a bathroom attendant. And I will tell you, in my lifetime, I've probably been in about 4, maybe 5 bathrooms where there was a bathroom attendant. Maybe more than that, I just don't remember. Sometimes it was at concerts, and it was at concerts at nice venues, like a theater in Chicago. I think there may have been bathroom attendants at some of the theaters I've been to in Chicago. But anyways, this is a guy who stands there and just, hands you a towel. And the point is, there's a tip thing there. You're supposed to tip the people. And it's like, you know what? I can dry my own damn hands. I don't need to tip you. That's me. I just don't see the need. But it is a thing. And Derek will now be one of those people for a period of time, possibly 24 hours. Obviously, Brittany got the power of veto. Sarah Beth took the $5,000, as we mentioned. Alyssa's is a little bit more confusing, that she gets a phone call, but only if she's still in the house in 4 weeks or something. And maybe she gets a phone and a laptop too. Those are the things that Dingo from Hamster Watch posted. So, I don't know. Could be. So, what else? Claire. Something about 52 pickup. I'm saying 52 pickup, but it's because I read someone said that she has to pick up cards. A deck of cards is what's implied. We're not sure. And frankly, we may not know exactly, because they may cut the feeds whenever this happens, because she also speculated that somebody else may come out and do this. So maybe this is going to be the guy that does the shouting bit, who's been a character in the last few seasons, that he comes out and does something. That could be that one. What else? Am I thinking of anything else? I think there's one other. Let me see. Again, shouldn't be doing this while I'm driving. Kylan, something about Jackass Club. So we're thinking the speculation on Hamster Watch was maybe a costume in making and serving like club sandwiches or something. We don't know. I mean, they're stretching here. And then that's it. Yeah, that's everything. So, well, whatever. As TV Tater pointed out, this is going to be covered on Thursday's show. So when there's going to be all kinds of tension going on because of possible evictions and everything, this is what they're going to fill the time with, is showing us the stupid costumes and all this stuff, because none of this will be shown until Wednesday's show. And Wednesday's show will end. No, you know what? No, it won't be shown on Thursdays. This will be shown on Wednesday's show. That's right. The Power Veto competition will happen, and they will show all of this stuff during Wednesday's show, when instead they could be showing us all of the drama that could be going on. Because trust me, there will be drama now. Think about it. So let's get past what happened in the Power Veto competition. And the end result is Brittany won the Power Veto. All right? Brittany's going to use the Power Veto. She was all about being pissed off about the Power Veto, being up, and Kylan's little dig, it was Kylan said, well, if I win it, I'm going to save Sarah Beth. And that really made Brittany mad, because Brittany was nominated by Kylan in the past. And so Brittany was been on the warpath all yesterday. Obviously was on the warpath last night that she won it. And so when Brittany uses it, the question is, who is Derek X going to nominate? Because originally the plan has been that Derek will nominate Christian, and it'll be a backdoor maneuver. And that has been going on all day yesterday with Alyssa going like, you're not going to put him up, right? We're not doing this, right? And Derek has been saying, nope, he's not my target, or whatever. He's been lying, because Derek is his target. Christian is his target. Tiffany has been working overtime the last 24 hours because she wants Derek to go after Sarah Beth. So basically she doesn't want, at first she didn't want Derek to even use it. She really wanted Claire to throw it. She wanted just to kind of maneuver it so that the Power Veto wouldn't be used. And that didn't happen, obviously, because Brittany is going to use it. And I don't think Tiffany is going to try to talk Brittany out of using it, although she might. I could see her take a whack at that. Just see, so there's no chance you're not going to use it, right? So Brittany's going to use it. Tiffany wants Sarah Beth to go. She's outright said to Derek, I really think you should go after Sarah Beth this week. And Derek's like, no, I'm going after Christian. And again, it's still early. We still got probably at least 24 hours as I'm talking to you before the Power Veto. And probably more than that. It'll probably be late in the afternoon on Monday, especially if Big Brother thinks, it could go either way and they want to get more video. This could be a cliffhanger. Matter of fact, this could be a cliffhanger of a Power Veto ceremony that they may not even show on Wednesday. They may leave us hanging. They may leave the TV viewers hanging until Thursday to see what happens. It's possible. But the point here is, look, Tiffany wants Sarah Beth out. She just has it in her mindset. She seems to favor Christian. Tiffany also knows that the Cookout Alliance is in pretty damn good shape right now. And so even though it seems like a big thing to keep Christian in the house a long time, well, I think she feels safe with Christian. And so even if Christian were to win head of household and decide to go after 2 Cookout members, Tiffany probably wouldn't be one of them. So Tiffany doesn't see Christian as a huge threat to her game. He may be a bit of a threat to the cookout, but I think she feels like she can maneuver him enough that they can get at least one non-cookout member on the block if Christian were to win head of household again. And if he can do that, then the cookout controls the vote. That's the whole... I get Tiffany's game here. I get her game and what she's trying to do. I think she feels more like she has more control over Christian than she does over Sarah Beth. And we know Sarah Beth is targeting Hannah, but that's not a major concern to Tiffany. I don't think Tiffany is majorly worried about Hannah, worried about Sarah Beth or Hannah, other than she just, I get why she wants Sarah Beth out before Christian. I think she thinks she has more control over Christian than Sarah Beth. So, I think Tiffany's going to continue to work this angle. And, if she can't get Derek to agree not to put up Christian, then she needs to work the angle of two angles. Either get Brittany not to use the power veto, which will force Derek's hand. He won't be allowed to go up after Christian. Or she can rally the troops and get the other troops to start telling Derek that they really want to keep Sarah Beth, or keep Christian and go after Sarah Beth. And she's been villainizing Sarah Beth quite a bit. So it's possible that that's the route that she'll go. She'll do it carefully. She'll do it so as not to be, hopefully, in her mind, seen. And this isn't a rooting. When I say hopefully, I'm not implying that I'm rooting for this to work out for Tiffany. I'm just saying this is in her strategy. Her strategy will be she'll do it in such a way that she won't be outed or detected as being, gunning hard for Sarah Beth. Although, Claire has seen it, but Claire is still like, okay. Because it's not like the other target is a cookout member for Claire to kind of suspect cookout. The other target is still a non-cookout member, being Christian. So, have I gone through this enough? Have I gone through the permutations? I'm not even touching on other people in the house, what's going on, what they know, what they don't know. Like Xavier doesn't technically know that there's a plan to backdoor Christian. Some of these people are not aware of this backdoor plan. They've been keeping it quite under wraps. And so if Derek decides to go with this, there's going to be a few people that are surprised and shocked. And some people that may go like, oh, okay. All right. Because some people, I think that Derek Frazier may be a target if Brittany uses it when Brittany's. Or maybe he'll put up Azza. So some of the people aren't aware that the cookout is safe from this if they use it. And so there's a couple other things going on here. Kyland is not in on the I don't think Kyland is in on the backdoor Christian plan. I don't believe. I'm not 110% sure. Oh, wow. I got a message. I got an interesting thing about my niece at the state fair. That's cool. That's very cool. Anyways, so that's what's up. Sorry, that got me sidetracked. How long have I been going now? Let me cut back to my thing. I've been going for 18 minutes. Okay, so let's talk about what else is going on. The Power Veto's been played. The Power Veto meeting will be tomorrow. The Power Veto competition was yesterday. The Power Veto meeting will be tomorrow. Let me look overall at my list of house guests and kind of go a quick rundown of what I think is going on. Because this will be, I'm not going to do another one today, obviously. So this will be my one covering Saturday and Sunday. And again, apologies for not doing one yesterday. I really should have done just a really quick one. But it just was a crazy day and I didn't get it done. I think Azza and Derek Frazier are safe. I don't think they're in danger, even though they aren't quite aware of it right now. I think they're safe this week. Obviously, Brittany is safe because she has the power veto. Hannah is completely safe, even though some people seem to think that Derek might be willing to put Hannah up as a pawn. I don't see that happening. I do not see Hannah touching the block this week. So Hannah is safe. Christian obviously is in some peril. He very well and likely will be nominated on Monday, much to the surprise of Alyssa. Alyssa is safe. Derek promised her he was safe, and that was another thing that was talked about. The fact that Alyssa, when it was down to Alyssa and Derek and Xavier way down at the end on the wall, Alyssa, was talking, and they're talking game, and Derek's like, well, I just, not, if you get it, I want safety for me and Hannah. And Alyssa's like, sure, yeah, whatever. And, later on, Alyssa was like, and afterwards, Alyssa was like, I don't get why he was so insistent on protecting Hannah. In the way I understood it, it was more of like, why are you worried about someone like that? You should be worried about yourself. In other words, and to go with this, Alyssa didn't ask for safety for Christian. And Alyssa has been shown to be fairly willing to be on her own. However, she's kind of stuck where, Christian is kind of her main ally. And it's very likely, my opinion, is that Tuesday, with the odds high that Derek is going to put up Christian, Alyssa's going to be like, well, crap. Maybe I should have asked for safety for Christian. Because I think Derek would have honored it. Now, I had a discussion with someone online where they didn't think Derek would honor it. I think if Derek had promised, now Derek may have said, I can't promise Christian safety, but Alyssa never asked. So I don't know what Derek would have said, but I think if Derek would have said, yes, I promise you and Derek safety, or Christian safety, I think he would have promised it. I'm sorry. Yes, if Derek had said, yes, I promise you and Christian safety, I think he would have held to that promise. Or he would not have made that promise. One of the two things would have happened. He would have either said, I can't promise Christian safety, or, yes, I promise him safety. But I think the fact that he was willing to ask for safety for Hannah means he was willing to give Christian safety if she'd asked. Because Derek seems to be very much a man of, I'm going to keep my word. He said, Xavier will not touch the block. And so he was willing to keep that safety. I would think he's going to keep the other. He would have kept the other as well if it remained. Okay, I've gone down that. I've beaten that horse soundly to death. Alyssa. So I've already talked about Alyssa. Xavier. I just talked about Xavier. Xavier is safe. Obviously, Sarah Beth's probably going. I don't know. I guess Christian. No, Christian. I don't know. I just don't know right now. I really don't. Claire is safe. Her name hasn't come up as an option, and obviously Tiffany is still tight with Claire. Kylan appears to be safe, although that could be an option. That could be an option for Christian to kind of force the hand onto Sarah if he wanted to, and to not put up Christian. But I don't know why. See, the problem is the risk here for Derek is now, whether he's, and I'm sure he'll think about it in considering his options, is if he puts up the that's the line from other people this season. If you're going to take your shot, you better hit it. You better knock it out of the park if you take your shot. So nominating Christian will be taking a shot. If Derek nominates Christian and he doesn't go out of the house, I think he's going to go full on for Derek, and I think Derek knows that. So Derek has to weigh in how bad, how sure is he that he can get Derek out of the house. And I think Tiffany is going to kind of actively work to keep Derek wondering, will he be able to get Derek out of the house, or Christian out of the house for sure if he nominates him. I apologize. The traffic's getting a bit hairy, and so I'm thinking and driving at the same time, which is a good thing because I really should think while I'm driving about my driving. But normally it's kind of, I can just do it. So, anyways, Derek will need to weigh that out. And I'm just wondering if Derek's going to go like, you know what, the risk isn't worth it. and I'm going to put up a different person as a pawn. You know, I will talk to someone and say, look, you're going to be the pawn. My target's Sarah Beth, so I may put up Derek Frazier. I may put up Azah. I have to do this because I can't, you know, anybody else is going to come at me so hard. I'm not sure. Or say to Brittany, please don't use it. I promise you're safe, but you're going to put me in an awkward position by having to nominate another person. Of course, Brittany knew that the target was Christian, didn't she? That's right. But I think Brittany wants Sarah Beth to be safe, too. Kind of. Well, maybe not. Does Brittany want... No, I think Brittany would be okay with Sarah Beth going now that I think about it. I forgot. Brittany's kind of PO'd at Sarah Beth and Kylan. So, never mind. Yeah. I guess Brittany would be okay with Sarah Beth going. So, yeah, she won't care. Brittany's using the power veto. I don't think Derek's going to talk her out of it. Okay, now that I've worked that out in my own brain. Anyways, Claire's okay. Kylan is probably okay. Again, but I could see maybe... I could see Derek putting up Kylan as a way to make sure that Sarah Beth left if he didn't want to tick off Christian. I don't know. I think in the end it's still going to be Christian going up. I'm trying to look at other ways that it could go. But I don't think Tiffany wants to mess this up so much. I think Tiffany's going to have to accept that Christian may go. Or at the very least, the votes are going to have to be, you know, played around with. But that's going to really screw up Derek's game. But then again, Tiffany isn't super loyal to Derek either. Derek is just one more person in her list of, you know, sooner or later they're going to have to go. Remember, in Tiffany's mind, everybody that's not in the cookout is playing for 7th place. There's a chance they could do better than 7th place, but in her world, the top 6 are cookout members. So, yep. All right, folks. I am sorry. I know my little rambling here has been a bit discombobulated. I know I've said the wrong names a couple of times. I apologize, but it's there's a lot going on, and traffic was crazier than I expected to. So, I am going to head out of here, post this, wish you guys a happy day, and we'll talk to you later. All right? Thank you to all my patrons. Thank you to those of you that support me, and thank you to those who listen to the commercials at the end of this, because that supports me too. So, all right, any questions, holler at me. Otherwise, we'll talk to you later. Oh, one other thing. That video I posted of Sarah Beth singing. Wow, that kind of went viral. Yeah, I did not see it live at the time that it happened. I saw about 4 people tweet about it, like, all right, let me rewind. Because I had it on muted. Just wasn't listening to it. I was just kind of doing other things. I was like, oh, wait, rewind. As soon as I saw it, I was like, oh, if she did it well, this will be a really funny little video. And I tweeted it. I was like, it's kind of a dark video. And sure enough, a lot of people took it as a really dark video. As a matter of fact, another Twitter personality put it to music, to eerie, creepy music, which is, yeah, I don't know. To me, there's a lot of people out there that like to make people out to be psychos. And that one had all the writings on the wall to be potential psychos. And so, sure enough, people out there go like, oh, she's a psycho, she's a nutcase. She wasn't. She was just singing about the irony of it all, you know? You know, it's row, row, row your boat gently down the stream. Row, row your boat, win the POV, earn your safety. I can't remember the words now. Something about your team and betray your team. It was kind of funny, but yes, kind of dark too at the same time. And so people retweeted it, and it went crazy and viral. And yeah, so if you haven't seen it, check it out. With that, I need to go because I'm getting text messages now too. So again, I apologize. This is not a good one. This is one that I normally would just rewind and erase and start over again, but I'm tired, so I'm just going to get on with it and post it. So everybody take care. We'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.